We have spent the last few months building my BMW M3 to be the perfect fast road car. After I bought it from a salvage auction in a sorry state, it was time to start rebuilding it. So we did exactly that, and along the way installed some perfect upgrades, including this ESS supercharger, which helps the engine make 612 horsepower on the dyno, which is pretty epic. And in the last video was the first time you see me drive it, but now we need to put it through its paces properly. But there's only one place we can do that, and that's at the Nurburgring, and that's because this is one of the most grueling tests for any car, especially when driving there from the UK, a 500-mile trip, doing a lap and getting home. This is the ultimate durability test for any build, especially when we take into account my luck. I've been here 3 times before and not once have I managed to make it there, do a lap and get back without breaking down.
Doesn't sound good.
The first time with Matt in his E46 M3 when we got stranded at the side of the track and had to get recovered off. The second time in my E82 135i where we had oil diverter valve issues. And most recently in my Jaguar F-Type SVR where Misha, the Nurburgring expert, had a go, and within 4 corners it had shredded a supercharger belt. So to try and ensure that the same thing doesn't happen with my supercharged M3, we want to get it as good as we possibly can before it goes. And the first step to doing that was getting the bodywork sorted. So at the end of the last video we dropped it off to Daz at Darkside, and now it's time to pick it up.
Whoa! That is so much better than yours, Ethan.
It looks like glass.
Fresh out the box.
That colour's so good. I've got a cold.
Right, Daz, what have we done?
Complete side skirts, polished the bonnet and the front bumper because your pal did that. Polished the roof, tailgate, rear bumper.
That was
that was painted.
It was in a bit of a bad way, weren't it?
Yeah. You get a lamppost in the house, something?
Smashed it, my man.
No problem with it.
If you need paint work, if you want to take your car somewhere for it to be repaired after an accident, anything else that you do?
Yeah, crash repair, smart repair, whatever.
He's your man. Darkside, links it in the description.
But now we've made a banging start on the M3 for this video. We've still got a lot more to finish this off before we take it on its trip.
But now we've got the bodywork done on this car, there's still lots more work to do in order to get it absolutely finished.
Which is why we've come to Wheel Mania.
Now I am very happy with the wheels on these cars. They're genuine competition wheels and we've refurbished them in the gold off the M2 CS wheels. But there is one thing which isn't right about them. And that is the spacing. These wheels just don't quite fill the arches out properly.
So on the rear what we've got is a 275 tyre, which means we should just get away with a 15mm spacer. And on the front, because we've fitted the F-Series hubs, I think that's pushed the wheel in ever so slightly, meaning we're going to need a 20mm spacer, I believe, to get this wheel flush.
And that is looking so much better, and I've got to thank the guys at Wheel Mania. If you ever need wheels, tyres, spacers, anything like that, anything wheel related, they are the guys to go to. But we've still got so much more to do on this car.
So we've now got the spacers fitted on the front and the back, and the fitment's looking a lot better. Now it's time to turn our attention to the interior, and I'm about to get finessed by Mr. Wheel Finesse himself. Yes. And we have got some stuff about to go down. So we have got a new steering wheel cover going on, an Alcantara one, with a red, what do you call that, the GTS style?
Yeah, CS marker.
CS marker,
you know,
okay.
Inspired.
Yeah, so that's that in there, red to match the calipers. Then we've got red stitch on the Alcantara dash cover to match the calipers. And then M Sport stitching on the wheel to go with the original spec.
Do you reckon it's going to look good?
I hope so.
Yeah.
We're back again, so.
And we have got something else actually to do on the steering wheel, but we'll do this first, shall we?
Yeah, let's do this. Let's go.
Wicked.
So to add a touch of luxury to the interior, we've got this Alcantara dash cover to go on. Now don't worry, I know the first thing that springs to mind is the airbag in the dash. Is this still going to be safe? And the answer is absolutely yes. There is an area where the dashboard airbag goes where in the cover it's got kind of perforations which make it easy to rip, meaning that the airbag will still deploy properly.
And while they are doing that, let's get on with some of this. We've bought all of this stuff from Carbon Factory, and Take a guess what it is. I'm not going to give you any prizes. But before we fit any of that stuff, I've got to get something off first.
So the first thing I need to do is remove the factory spoiler using a bit of heat to soften up the glue and then taking off all of the old residue. And then once the area is fully degreased, meaning the new one is going to stick properly, I can then remove the backing tape and get it stuck down.
Spoiler is on, carbon fibre one, if you couldn't have guessed already, and the fit is pretty spot on. We've got like a mil or two that edge, and the same this one. So yeah, I've not gone for the M4 style one, it's just a slightly extended version of the original shape, so slightly more aggressive, nothing too mad, I like it. But that on its own looks a little bit out of place to me, so we've got some more bits to put on. Well, things are looking pretty swish in there, but let's have a look at one of the other bits that we're doing, and it's going to be replacing the standard paddle shifters, these ones, for some magnetic ones like this with a carbon fibre paddle, which sound like that. New ones, old ones. There's a few various different shapes you can get, but I've gone for kind of the most aggressive one because I'm a yob.
So before the wheel cover goes on, we can fit the new paddles up.
Yeah.
So you're racing anyone, you'll be able to hear me changing gear. Sick.
No, that's nice.
Yeah,
it
man.
makes a difference, doesn't it?
And can you see it from it? I'll tell you what, we'll show
wait.
everyone when the
We'll
new
build,
cover's
yeah,
on.
exactly.
Yeah.
So next up on the inside is the steering wheel cover, but whilst those guys are fitting that, I'm going to fit up the new carbon diffuser to the rear bumper. Now, if you want to grab yourself any Wheel Finesse products, the carbon paddle shifters, the dash wraps, or the steering wheel covers, I'm going to leave a link to their website and Instagram in the description with a discount code.
And here we go, the interior is looking, woo, transformed. So we've got an Alcantara wheel, M-stitch, red CS centre marker, carbon magnetic shifters, and a beautiful Alcantara dashboard. Love that. Now, the next thing to go in is the GTS style splitter. Again, carbon fibre, and it's going to look sick. It fills in some of these gaps in the lower part of the bumper. And just, well, I'm probably going to demolish it pretty quick, but I guess we'll see.
So I can get this lined up and get it exactly where I want it and then start screwing it into place. Now, once I've got the self-tappers in, I then swap some of them out for nuts and bolts with washers to make sure that it's going to stay on there properly.
We've got the splitter on, we've got the spoiler and the rear diffuser on, so there's one more piece left. And that's going to be the side skirts.
Now, if you want to grab any carbon fibre accessories for your car, any make or model, it's not just BMWs, make sure to check out Carbon Factory. I'm going to leave a link for them down in the description. Go check them out.
Right, next job. Now we've got the spacing sorted on the car, is making sure this car actually drives properly in a straight line. So that means getting an alignment done on the car, but there's kind of two standards to doing this. You can take it to your normal four-wheel alignment place and they'll do a job, or you can come down here to Alamy Motorsport, if I pronounced it right, and they are going to set it up to the exact minute, is that right? Yep. To the perfection level to make sure that this car drives as good as it now looks. Now there's a multitude of things which are going to throw the alignment off on this car. Firstly, the crash it was in. Secondly, the fact that we've lowered it. Thirdly, the fact that we've messed with the rear camber. And some other stuff as well. So it really does need sorting. At the moment, when you go over a bump, it's going side to side. It's all over the place. So hopefully it's going to be much better after this. Now for the M3, it calls for 68 kilo in both of the front seats, 34 in each of the back seats, and 21 kilo in the boot. But that doesn't seem right to me. I rarely have a passenger, and if I do, it's my dog. So it's a bit strange trying to do it to those weights, considering the back seat is almost always empty.
So to get my weight, I hopped on the scales.
84 is a big boy.
And now they know exactly what weight to put in the car to make it align perfectly for me driving it. And as you can see on these screens, the alignment is way out and all over the place. No wonder the car drives terribly.
You before, the illustration's exaggerated, so it sort of emphasises where and what is wrong. Camber is over spec, and towing is huge, so it makes it all look a bit wonky.
Okay.
Now, how we haven't gone to a factory spec, so the illustration's not going to look perfect. Tow is in spec within the factory, you know, thereabouts, but we've gone for 7 minutes bang on. And we are 159 on the camber, which is a minute under 2 degrees. But I've kept the back with a bit of extra toe in the back because you've got the camber. The camber is going to allow the sort of car to roll onto the tyre. It's going to allow it to sort of brake a little bit, be a bit more fun. But the toe is going to allow it to come back, so you have the stability.
Okay.
So, bit of extra camber to make the back end a bit more lively, but the extra toe just to sort of help to straighten it back up. So when it goes, it's quite drivable.
Yep.
You will be able to pull that back. Rear camber exactly the same.
Nice.
Rear toe exactly the same.
Nice.
And what we can adjust at the front, which is a toe, exactly the same.
Beautiful. And that is what's going to make this car that little bit better than before it was crashed, definitely, along with all the other things that we've done to it. Looking forward to having a go now.
And we're getting close. This M3 is getting better and better by the minute, and every single time we do something to it, it's getting improved. But now that the bodywork is looking 10 out of 10, I want to make sure it stays looking that way. So the paint's now cured, and the guys from Protect and Perfect are here PPF in the roof and the complete front end. So now that the paintwork is protected, there's one last bit of paint which needs sorting, which was on the plenum, because when we got it originally, it was painted in gloss black and it wasn't looking the best, so I took it down to the wheelman in Langley Mill, who has repowder coated it in satin black, and although the casting of the metal isn't the best, so there is some limitations, it looks so much better, and with the ESS tuning logo sanded, so it's in like a brush metal effect, it looks exactly how it should. So a huge thank you to the wheelman in Langley Mill, or near the IKEA in Nottingham.
Right, the M3 is, I think, just about ready for the road trip, but we have one final finishing touch, and it involves this badge.
So we can remove the old M3 badge, remove the old adhesive as well, and this is what I've got, M3 CS, M3 Chris Slicks.
Yep. Peel that tape, Bailey.
Fail! It's quite sticky though, isn't it?
Oh, I put it on the wrong way around. I have. I've put the S first. What a doofus. Well, I guess I'll have to put it that way around now then. What can SC stand for, Ethan?
Slick Chris.
Slicks Chris, yeah, I like it.
I know what it means.
Ah! Supercharged, baby. M3 Supercharged using the genuine badge. Some of you will probably hate that, but I think it's quite cool. Well, we're about as ready as we're ever going to be. I've done everything I can think of to get this car ready for the Nurburgring, and the only thing left to do is try it. Come on. In you get. Up in. Boing. I've been 3 times before now, and not one time have I made it there and back without breaking down, and hopefully this time we can break that unlucky streak. And Finn, I hate to break it to you, mate, but you're not coming. Sorry, pal.
so I can now brim the car and hit the road. But after all of the hard work that so many of us have put into this car, it wouldn't be right if I was just to go on this road trip on my own. So Ethan has come to join us, and he has come in his brand new G81, but we had one stop off to make on the way. And that's because you might have noticed for half of this video at least, this car has been running on different wheels. We've been on some Apex 18s, I don't know which sort they are, but I've had to borrow them off Ethan because my wheels were buckled. And luckily, the guys at Wheel Mania have sorted that out. So when I was in the area picking up the X3M wheels, I dropped these ones off and left them with the intention of picking them up en route down to Germany. And I'm super impressed. I was expecting to have to buy a new wheel and get it refurbed to match, but these guys managed to save it. Wheels and tyres sorted. We've now got Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's back on rather than Nankang AR1s, because we know what happens when you drive with AR1s with a rear wheel drive car in the wet. But now, back on the road. So we set off down to Dover to get the ferry from the UK over to France, and everything at this moment in time was feeling pretty good. Also, one more thing, I'm going to reset my MPG. Currently it's on 18.4. I want to see what this car does over this entire trip, and we'll check back on that at the end. And on our route from Evesham to Dover, there was one stop on the way where there was someone that we were supposed to be meeting, but it didn't look like things were going well for him. Yo!
Mate,
How you doing?
I'm good.
You ready to go?
No,
Oh,
the Jazz is in bits currently.
Jazz very bad.
Jazz, very good in about 4 or 5 hours.
But it's 4 o'clock now, so you're going to leave.
Yeah, it's going to be a late one.
4 or 5 hours in real mechanic time is actually like 8 or 9 hours.
Yeah,
And then it's a 2-hour drive from here.
it's going to be a late one, but
Okay, bye.
but
See ya.
when we get to the ring, I'm going to be gapping you. Just watch this space.
I've never heard such nonsense in my life. See you in a bit, Jack. Bye. Bye. So after Jack had filled my ears with stupidity, me and Ethan hit the road going round the M25 car park, which is always fun, and battling our way down to Dover to get the ferry. There we go. First step completed. Dover. We've already had a casualty. Oh no. Oh no. How much is that down the drain?
Oh, I don't want to say, mate.
It's a bad day, it's a bad day, but we can carry on, can't we?
Yeah, I was going to get a new one, but
Best wait, I guess.
yeah,
See how much worse it gets. Now you've got to take the carousel.
I will.
Good lad.
I'm going to let Misha drive.
Right, see you in the morning. Well, good morning. It's a cold morning. Do you know what we like to do on a cold morning, Ethan? Cold start. What is this?
The car's still going to be warm.
How you feeling, mate?
Feeling good.
Good.
Chris,
Yeah?
just remember to keep the noise down, please, mate.
Okay, no problems.
It's early in the morning.
Neighbours. Right, next day, here we are, and it is wet, so I don't know whether the Supercharged M3 at this moment in time is the best idea. What do you reckon, Jack?
You're just a massive...
Well, I think what we're going to do is not take that yet. I think we're going to go and do a sighting lap in the slightly safer 4-wheel drive G81 with Eve. How's it going, mate? Shampoo!
Done the Nurburgring before?
No?
You know the track?
No?
Good. Here we go.
Here we go.
How you How you feeling, Lee?
Why am I here?
Speed bump. Flat! Yeah, boy! Flat, 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 flat,
Oh my
flat,
God, be
flat,
careful.
flat. Okay, now let off.
Alright, be careful, man. You can't drift us, you're not that good.
Oh,
No, I'm sorry.
I didn't mean it.
Drive with a better drift. And then another really sharp left after this right.
This is where everyone bins in there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
longer,
left and right.
longer corner than you think. There you
Yeah,
go.
there you
Oh,
go.
there you go.
There you go. There you go.
Big curve.
How do I get off it?
Keep going round.
Oh my God.
Just go on there, go on there, go on there. Ethan crashed his G81 at the Nurburgring.
Come on, let's not do that.
We did warn him, we said everyone crashes here.
Yeah.
No damage though, we're good.
Hopefully not.
So after Ethan had got away lightly but demonstrated the dangers of the Nurburgring in the wet, it's now time for my supercharged M3. But as always, things take a turn for the worse. My luck is incredible. Once I was ready to go out, the track looked like this, and the Nurburgring official page posted this saying that the track is shut. Who would have predicted it? Who would have predicted that the track would be shut because of snow in April? So me and Ethan had to try and kill some time and wait for the snow to clear up. Because if we went home now, this whole trip would have been a waste of time.
What's that, Chris?
Loads better than mine.
Hello there.
So much better than yours.
But even the next day, the snow kept on coming and the track still wasn't open. And there's no guaranteeing that the next day or the day after is going to be any better, so what do? Do we just throw this whole trip in the bin? So we waited it out, and eventually the track did reopen, but the snow didn't stop.
Well, I just don't know what we're best to do. We've been waiting here for like 3 days now to try and get a dry lap, and it's just not happening. And I just feel like it's going to be pointless me taking it out in the wet because it's just not going to go anywhere. So do we call it a day and go home? Do we keep hanging around until it's dry? Or, well, there's a third option. Ethan,
Yo,
is this a bad idea?
redemption.
Is it a bad idea though?
No.
No, okay.
No,
Ethan's
I don't
supportive.
think it's
You got
bad.
confidence in the M3?
Yeah, of course I have. It's an M3.
I'm glad you have. Last time we came here with a supercharged V8, it didn't go well. That didn't sound good. Let's just hope it goes better this time. Misha,
Hello there.
don't leave me hanging. Glad to have you back
Yeah, thank you.
in another supercharged V8.
How's the belt on this one?
We think okay. Maybe after you're done driving it, we'll see.
Okay, alright.
Weather's good, isn't it, Heath?
Tasty.
This might be one of the stupidest things I've done, I can't lie.
Ah, but you're on okay tires, right?
We're on Pilot Sport 4S's.
That's
We've
fine.
got upgraded brakes, got M4 brakes on the front, on the back, lowering springs, and 600 horsepower and rear wheel drive. M4
Oh,
seats.
DCT, it's easy.
Yeah, DCT,
Okay,
yeah. Well, this is just stupid. Let's go. Are you nervous?
I am quite.
I'm a little bit apprehensive.
My drive yesterday.
Look at his little smug face.
That's the face of this is not coming home today.
No, I know. I'm a little bit scared. I've never seen. I wouldn't even take this car out in this weather. I can't lie.
At least he's confident.
But he's not just confident. He's already got the traction control off. He's a nut job. He's not right.
I'm really regretting this. We should have stayed on that sim.
I wish I stayed at home, mate.
Queuing up for a lap.
Surprisingly enough, it's still open.
Ethan's in the back. Misha's in the driver's seat because I am too wet to drive this car on here in the snow.
Oh my god.
This is. Please don't break her. I do want to go home today.
Me too.
I'm so scared. We're going for wet lines now.
Yep.
Yeah. Whoa!
good.
Yeah?
I shouldn't jinx it only by a second corner, but
Yes, yeah,
so
yeah.
far it's. I
Good
feel.
modifications.
I mean, we made it further than our previous lap, Chris.
Yeah,
so-
we have made it further than before. Oh, that's really wet, that bit there.
It is.
Whoa, whoa!
He's playing with you.
He is, isn't he? I know what he's doing. I can see what he's doing.
Front is gliding away.
Yeah.
So a bit of understeering corners.
Okay. Move!
Oh, shit!
Oh my god!
Oh my!
Here we go. I know there's no option but take it with Misha. You can't even tell him otherwise.
Yeah.
Hey! Boy, you're out living when you want to go faster.
What do you think to the power delivery, Misha?
It's very good. It's very linear. So
It fits the car, don't it?
definitely.
Sounds mega.
It sounds so
It's
good.
amazing. Really good sound.
Ethan, are you pooped?
Yeah. I let one out there. Got a bit scared. Oh!
Are you alright in the head?
What? No, I'm checking for notifications. I'm getting warnings because if it tells me like there's an oil spill.
Oh,
then-
okay.
then,
Oh, that's
you know,
clever. That's clever. I like it.
It's,
Yeah.
it's our Safety Go WhatsApp group. So
Okay.
it's like it can save our lives.
I'm eternally grateful.
Yeah.
So you got to ring them if you crash.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
I've crashed.
I presume we're not going to get air today.
I don't think so. Well, we already got the air from the back seat.
Yeah.
Or loads of air coming out of Ethan.
I'll let it off.
It's like the track's steaming.
Yep.
It's haunted.
Horny.
So it's quite good though.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Very cool.
Rating out of 10 for a wet lap.
For a wet lap, it would have been a 10, but there was a fart.
We can't put Ethan's flatulence into this situation.
No, car-wise, I mean, it's good. It's controllable. It's we could have a conversation. We drove nicely. It's not that I felt unsafe. We drove normally, so it's yeah.
And is it better than a Jaguar?
We made it. So
That's all that needs to be said.
exactly.
Loads better.
But no, good car. I would really love to go out in a drive with it to see what it's.
Well, I think we've got a pact to make. I
Yeah.
think Ethan, me and you, one, big up for helping me build it.
Yeah.
Secondly, we need to come back in the better weather and
Yes.
let Misha have a proper go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Leave a comment below if you want to see us do that. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to subscribe to Misha's channel if you're not subscribed already, and I'll catch you next time.
Yes. Hit like, hit subscribe, don't hit the barrier.
Bye guys.
Oh, and I promised you earlier in the video I'd confirm the MPG. We're at the Eurotunnel and it has averaged 20.4.
I don't think that's too bad. Ethan's managed about the same, so for a supercharged V8, pretty good. See you next time.